Hello, this is James. I got my third Oversoul. This is the Wrath of Naisu Replays Edition. Thank you for joining me. We can talk about this deck a little more in depth. For our Wrath of Naisu Elemental Hero Neos deck, we're going to have our core cards, and that's going to be our Oversoul, our Wrath of Neos, and our Elemental Hero Neos, obviously. Another core card, Blue O Dragon Summoner. This can protect. This can bring Elemental Hero Neos into your hand, and then when you go into your last gamble turn, you discard the Elemental Hero Neos to the graveyard, and then of course you can bring them back. We're also going to add one more revival card, Swing of Memories, and then we're going to add the Kuribohs for the protection. So you have Blue Dragon Summoner's body in order to search Neos and protect life points. Kuriboh protects life points. So this is the core. This is if you do last gamble Wrath of Neos, this is your core, and then we have 4 cards to kind of play around with. So 2 of those are going to be Hero Mask. Target one face and monster you control, send one elemental hero from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, that target's name becomes the sent monster's name until the end phase. Fantastic synergy with Wrath of Neos. You send a Neos to the graveyard, Kuriboh becomes infused with his hero spirit, and then using Wrath of Neos you can shuffle Kuriboh into the deck where he's inaccessible, but that's fine because what we want is Neos in the graveyard so we can special summon it with Oversoul. So with Oversoul and Last Gamble, actually what we want is we want Neos in the graveyard. We do not care about getting him in the hand at all. We don't want that. So that's why we're not playing Trick Up the Sleeve. That's why we're not playing Cosmo Brain. Before your last gamble turn, Blue Dragon Summoner searches Neos. Alright, you could potentially draw Neos. Yes, but we are not playing Cosmo Brain. We're not playing Ancient Rules because we want the Neos in the graveyard so that he can be summoned with Oversoul, so that he can be summoned with Swing of Memories. When you do your last gamble turn, you of course discard any Neos cards that you may have because you can bring them back very easily. So that's why you're not seeing Ancient Rules, you're not seeing Cosmo Brain, you're not seeing Trick Up the Sleeve. What I had on stream was Elemental Hero Blazeman and the Sangan. Sangan searches Blue Dragon Summoner and the Kuriboh, and Blazeman has an effect. Now be very careful with the Blazeman effect. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except fusion monsters. Also send one Elemental Hero monster from your deck to your graveyard. So Blazeman can search the Neos into the grave, and actually he's better at that than Blue Dragon Summoner. So he can search a Neos into the grave and actually become pretty big. Just remember that you don't want to do that on your final turn, on your kill turn. Basically, you want to draw your Blazeman early and then use his effect to dump a Neos. You don't want to do it on the turn that you're going to try and summon Neos with Oversoul because it won't work. And then actually, if I were going to do this again, and probably I will, I would cut the Sangan, make this completely free to play, and I would have one Vision Hero Vion. Vision Hero Vion is going to serve very much the same purpose as Elemental Hero Blazeman. He just doesn't have the special summoning restriction. He is much smaller though, but that's fine. He can be good fodder for Hero Mask, same as any of our other monsters. If this card is normally a special summon, you can send one hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vision Hero Vion once per turn. But for the replays, this is our deck. Let us enjoy them together. Okay, here we're going second against a Jaden Oh Yuki. What does Jaden Yuki have? So we have 2 Wrath of Neos, we have a Swing of Memories, we have an Elemental Hero Neos. So nice to have plenty of cards to make your last gamble deck very consistent. We have a Sangan. Sangan is going to search a Blue Dragon Summoner. Not terrible, I just think that Vision Hero Vion is a little more efficient for the purposes of the deck. We roll a 1. Are we done? We are not. Swing of Memories, activate. We're going to go Wrath of Neos. We're going to blow up this board. It's worth it to trade 2 cards for 4 cards. Oversoul and the normal summon of the Blue Dragon Summoner. So maybe Sangan is great because that That right there, that's our core combo. 1500 plus 2500 for the win. Here we're going second against Seto Kaiba, and will Kaiba stuff us into that doggy suit? So this is a great opening. 2 protections, a search card, and we get a Neos to be gambled. Some kind of relinquish jank, sacrificing the Cosmo Brain. What? So relinquish is gonna eat up our Sangan. We're just gonna leave this open because we don't have to. If we don't have to play the Kuribohs, let's not do it. It's just more last gamble fodder. So he goes beat O down. We're gonna let that O happen. And then we're gonna set the hero mask as a bluff. He doesn't go for it. We're gonna protect with 1 more Kuriboh. So the reason I went long there was because I had plenty of Kuribohs to protect myself in case he had just an orgy of Blue Eyes monsters. I had 3 Kuribohs, so even if he somehow got out, you know, another 2 Blue Eyes or whatever, we would have still had this turn. Elemental Hero Blazeman, put another Neos in the grave. Hero Mask, put the final Neos in the grave. We're gonna go last Ogamburu, and remember, this is Elemental Hero Neos. We roll that 4. Wrath of Neos. Oh, so good. It's like hacking. I mean, you know, it's just how the game is supposed to be played, but you feel that way. Wrath of Neos, send the Blazeman back into the deck, blow up everything. Sangman, bring back Blazeman. Why not? And this was the game that I discovered that when you do Blazeman's effect, you can't special with the Oversoul. So bad play there. That's okay because we didn't need that 3rd Neos. So we're gonna play it long again. We're gonna go swing of Memories. Wrath of Neos once more, and now we have 2 Neoses in the grave. Opponent has nothing, and I have 2 Oversouls. I still even have my normal summon. Yeah, Kuriboh for glory. Here we're going first against Officer Tetsu Trudge. Can Joey overcome the long arm of the law? We have 2 Kuribohs, we have a Hero Mask, and we have an Elemental Hero Neos. So, again, drawing the Neos is fine. It's just that, because you can gamble them away, send 2 Neoses to the graveyard, and that's fantastic, and that works perfectly well. You just don't want to draw them off of your last gamble. That's the only thing. So we have 2 into the graveyard, basically perfect. We draw 2 cards. And we have just enough, so we're gonna go Kuriboh, Hero Mask, infused with the Hero Spirit. All 3 Neos are now in the graveyard. Now we're gonna go Wrath of Neos. Now the opponent, I thought that this didn't work at first because the opponent tribute takes, and Wrath of Neos says select 1 face-up Elemental Hero Neos you control, and then that you control clause can mess up other effects. One happened recently. I don't remember what it is. Anyway. That doesn't happen with the Wrath of Neos, evidently. And we are able to clear the field, and it looks like it's basically smooth sailing. So we're going to go Oversoul for 2500 damage. But I thought that the opponent was in a top deck situation, but X-Sabers have a lot more recovery power than I thought. So we have a Boggart Knight and a Full Helm Knight. The opponent, I think they forgot to Synchro Shokan. I'll take the win. Okay, we're going second against another Officer Tetsu Trudge. Tetsu Trudge just keeps hungering for the punishment. Let's go a Goyo. That means his extra deck contains a Goyo Guardian. And, you know, he probably has like Assault Dogs and Jutei Fighters. And he's gonna find out about that committed deck. So he wants to, we have Sangan out, he wants to lock down that Blue Dragon Summoner, which is strange. Blazeman dumps a Neos, we have an Amazoness Ambush, destroy, banish, that's fine, as long as their Neoses aren't getting banished. Now, see, we're going turn 9 without going Last Gamble. With Last Gamble, as many turns as your opponent wants to give you, just take them. That's just because Last Gamble decks are set up to be more successful the more cards you have in your hand, basically. The more cards you have in your hand, the more options you have. And especially with like Swing of Memories, Oversoul, Wrath of Neos, they're not any kind of once per turn. You can just keep activating them until you win, and if you have like a handful of them, that's fantastic. So, Hero Mask, dump another Neos. Goyo Guardian. Oh, I love the Goyo Guardian. When I'm playing with my search monsters, because if the Goyo Guardian destroys a search monster, you get a search. And then when you destroy that captured search monster, you get another search. Anyway, Tribute to the Doomed. Onto our Sangan, we get the search. Destroy the Blue Dragon Summoner, and it's last gamble time. We're gonna keep a Wrath of Neos in our hand. Discard a Kuriboh, and we have plenty of plays. This is like a spellbooks for cool folks. So we bring out a Neos, shuffle him back in with the Elemental here, with the Wrath of Neos, destroy the board. A Neos, a Kuriboh, a Hero Mask, dump another Neos, and then we have our final Oversoul to attack for game. And finally, we have Taya. We know of Joey's rivalry with Kaiba, but his true foe is Taya Gardner. Have a really, yeah, it's like you can't have bad openings with this deck, because you know, if you draw the Neos, you can gamble the Neos. If you draw the Blue Dragon Summoner, it blocks. If you draw the Kuriboh, it blocks. It's just really nice all around to just be able to wait on your enemy. So we played a Kuriboh there because these two attack point totals would have brought us down to 100 life points. And if you only have 100 life points, you can't activate Last Gamble because it brings you down to 100 life points. If you have 150, 125, you can Last Gamble, no problem. But at 100, no. Alright, so we have our Lasto Gamburu. Gamble away the Neos, easy choice. We roll that 4. That's the other thing, you don't even need that great. I mean, 4 is a good roll, but like we won with a 1 roll, so this is by far my favorite Last Gamble deck. So we're gonna go Swing of Memories. This is an expendable Neos. There's that Floodgate, oh Trap, oh Hole, Oversoul, another Canadia. All right, well that's 2 special summons. We got to get these Licoris off the field because Gladiator Beasts are normal summon reliant. So we're gonna Tribute for our final Neos. Wrath of Neos, blow up everything. Gonna go Oversoul, attack Directo, and then a Sphere Kuriboh. Of course. Alright, so 2 sets. And then we're gonna go Elemental Hero Blazeman, and we're going to dump our final Neos to the graveyard. Always good to do that when you have the chance. We have Canadias, lots of them. Destroy, and we don't see a delay for a Wall of D, and alright, and this is the luck here. The opponent top decks a Murmillo. Why is that lucky? It's because Murmillo can't search for Murmillo, can't get a free destroy, brings out the Hoplamus. Hard bluff in that Wall of D, but we are not bluffed. That back row is nothing. If she had anything, she would have played it. We're perfectly safe. But just to make sure, our final Wrath of Neos, our final Oversoul, and we even have the precise lethal, 300 points from the Kuriboh, but the opponent cannot handle the humiliation. So, I hope that this deck is the cure for your KC Cup hangover. Let us ring in the new year with fun and merriment and the Naisu. Thank you for watching.